Hello, friends. The date of today is September 27, 2022. I'm doing this video to clarify some doubts about the United States Diversity Visa Lottery Program, the DB Lottery. And this is for my fellow Mbum people. Let me share my screen so that I can answer some of the questions that you have already contacted me about. And I hope that this video will be helpful while you are submitting your application. So these are some of the frequently asked questions about the USDB lottery. The first one is, what is it? What is this DB lottery program? So the DB lottery program is offered by the United States Department of Immigration Services, and it creates an environment where everyone from an eligible country can submit a form, and a computer will randomly select winners who have completed this information correctly and receive a confirmation number. So if you receive this confirmation number and you follow the next processes, you can actually come to United States. So it's a legal way for you to come to United States, and it is free of charge, right? It's not guaranteed that you will be selected, but if you are selected, you will have a lot of benefits when you come to United States. So when you are selected for this program and you fulfill all the requirements and come to United States, you will be issued a card called Permanent Residence Card. It's also called Green Card. Okay, so I'm answering question 2. Question 3 is that, can I participate in the DB lottery? Yes, you can participate in the DB lottery if you reside or if your country is eligible. The next question is, how much does it cost? So good news, DB lottery is free. If somebody is contacting you saying that you need to pay me some 50,000 francs so that I can make you pass or get selected for DB lottery, all this and that, it is fake. DB lottery is free of charge, okay? If somebody contacts you to pay, don't pay anything. Let's go to question 5. Do I need a passport? This question I know is the one you've been waiting for, right? Do I need a passport to play DB lottery or no? So for the past 2 or 3 years, it was mandated that you would need a passport to play DB lottery. However, there are waivers, right? If you reside in a country where it is waived, if you cannot obtain a passport for one reason or the other, and you can submit the DB lottery form and just say that you want it waived. It depends whether the waiver will go through or not. But you have to win first before you worry about that, right? So what do you have to lose submitting the form? Go ahead, submit it. But this year, 2022, that we are playing against 2024, right? It is actually waived. And let me quickly show you that information, how I got it. So if you go to the DB, if you look at the instructions on how to play the DB lottery, this is for 2023, right? You will see on point 7 here. Where is point 7? Yes, that a passport is needed to play. But when you look at the instructions for 2024, let's go down the requirements. 2024, you actually see that that is no longer there, right? So you can actually submit your DB lottery for this year without a passport. And that is really some good news there. So let's go to the next question. So we just answered question 5. Question 6, can I include my spouse and children? So if you have, let's say that if you are married, yes, you as the man, if you meet all the requirements, you can submit as the primary or principal applicant and list your spouse and your children. If your wife is also eligible and has met the requirements, which I will discuss later, she can also submit or apply and list you and the children. And the children can also submit individually. So this increases your chances of winning, which I will discuss that further down the road. Yes, you can include your child. Let's go back to question 6. Can I include my spouse and children? The answer is yes. Is there a minimum age to apply? It's a yes and no. So the United States will be looking that you should be around 18 years or older to apply for this. But actually the requirements are education and work experience. But if you are 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you cannot submit, right? So that age would be around 18, in addition to the education and work experience. So let's go to question 8. Are there requirements for education or work experience? Yes. The United States is looking at you having a minimum of high school diploma, which in Cameroon, that would be either advanced level and lower 6 exams, or let's just say advanced level, right? That would be like the qualification. But in my next video, I will explain to you more about the education and work experience piece of it. So the answer to number 8 is yes. There are requirements for education and for work experience. Then question 9, why are people born in certain countries disqualified from entering this, like from playing the DV lottery? Yes, because the United States wants to diversify the people from different countries coming to United States. So they have an algorithm that checks over 5 years to see how many people from each country has immigrated to United States. So if the number goes above the threshold, they are going to pause people from that country from coming through DV lottery, right? I will show you some of the countries that they will not be participating this year. Okay, let's go to question number 10. What can I do if I am born in a country that is not qualified? What can you do? If you are born in a country that is not qualified, there is something called chargeability that you can use. I will explain that in my next video. So let's go to question 11. How many DV lottery applicants will be selected? So a total of 55,000 applicants will be selected for this year. Then the next question, and I'm saying a total, not from your country, a total of 55,000 applicants will be selected for this program this year. In your country, it might be maybe 100, 2,000, who knows, but a total of 55,000 will be selected this year. So let's go to question 12. Can I submit more than one entry? The answer is yes and no. Yes, if you are married. As I earlier explained, if you are married, I'm not talking about come we stay. I am not talking about just living together and Joba, no. If you are legally married, you can submit one, you can put in double entries. So your husband can submit and list you as a spouse and the children under his name. Then you as the wife, you can also submit and list your husband and the children under your name. So yes, that will increase your chances of winning. But the other aspect of it, which I said no, remember I said it's a yes and a no. Let's say that you are not married, you are single, then you submit the first time this year and it goes successfully, then you get a confirmation number. Then you go again and submit this year, you get another confirmation number. You submit again, get another confirmation number. If you are doing this thinking that you are increasing your chances of winning, you are actually not, because you will be disqualified, right? This is where a lot of people get disqualified, but they don't know. The computer is going to, look at every entry, and when it sees more than one entry from you, it's going to say this person did not follow instructions, and you will be kicked out, you will be rejected. So don't do that. You might be doing it thinking that you are increasing your chances, but you're making a fool of yourself because you will be rejected. Okay? If you don't understand, maybe you can contact me and I will explain more. I will provide my information in the WhatsApp group. Then let's go to question number 13. Can a married couple each submit a separate DV lottery application? Yes, and I just explained that. Question 14. Can I participate in the DV lottery if I live in the US? Yes, living in the US does not exclude you from participating in DV lottery, except you are a US citizen. If you are living in United States under a different status, say business, education, maybe you are here kind of an illegal immigrant, all of that, yes, you can go ahead and submit the DV lottery and submit your application for DV lottery. But if you are a US citizen already, you don't have to submit. So question 15 is, how do I know if I was selected the DV lottery? One catch is that when you play the DV lottery, you will be issued a confirmation number. And this confirmation number, you need to keep it so that when the DV results are out, you go and check whether you have been selected. If your confirmation number gets missing, you might not be able to check the result and you will not know. The United States Department of Immigration Services will not contact you to tell you that you were selected or you were not selected. It is your responsibility to use the confirmation number that was issued at the time of submitting the application to go and check the result. If somebody is contacting you saying that, oh, you have been selected for DV lottery, provide your information there, it is a scam. US Department of Immigration will not contact you by email, by phone, or whatever means. It is your responsibility to check the results when the results are out, okay? So don't go and pay some online people that have contacted you by email thinking that It is true. It is not true. If anybody is contacting you like that, it's a lie. All right. You need to check yourself. Uh, let's go to question number 16. What family members must I include on my DV lottery entry or when I'm playing? You can include your spouse. You can include your children as long as they are under 21 years and are not married. You can also include your adopted children, right? So these are all the people that you can include when you are playing the DV lottery. Question 17. Must I upload a photo for each family member? The answer is yes. For yourself and for all those whom you're listing under your name when you're playing, be it your spouse or your children, you must upload their photos. And the photo requirement is very stringent, that if you don't meet it, you might be rejected because of the photo. A lot of people don't know, but you need to follow the photo requirements strictly so that your application goes through and then you get enrolled into the lottery, right? Yeah, so I will show you some of those requirements very soon. The next question is question 18. So this year is 2022, but why are we saying that 2024 DV lottery, right? Yes, it means that we are in 2022. This is the time when we're going to submit the application. But by the time when the results are out and you have been issued a visa, it will be 2024. And you must travel to the United States by that time. So we are playing now in 2022, but it is against people that will be coming to United States in 2024 when the results are out and you have a visa. Question number 19. What if I lose my confirmation number? If you lose your confirmation number, you will not be able to check your results when it is out. Then why did you play? Why did you waste all the time playing? And now you don't have the ability or the means to check the result. So when you get this confirmation number, store it in your email where you can always go back and check it. If you store it in your computer, in your phone, and it's stolen or crashed, or you change it and you are not able to access it, then you will not be able to check your results. But I think this year there is a new tool that the United States Department of Immigration Services has introduced that you might be able to recover your confirmation number if it is missing, right? You will be asked some questions, whether your first name, last name, maybe date of birth, maybe email. Yes, email is very important because you will be required to provide it before you can retrieve that confirmation number. Question number 20. Can I increase my chance of being selected in the DV lottery? Absolutely yes. You can increase your chances if you do all the right things. One, you must be submitting this application from a country that is eligible to play DV lottery. Two, you must meet the photo requirements. Three, you must meet the education or the work experience requirements. Then four, you must be able to check the results, right? A lot of people play, they don't check the results. So they don't get to know whether they won or not. So another question that I got, which is tricky and interesting, I would say question 21 is that what if the principal applicant dies, right? So you say you are married and you submitted the DV lottery application. You listed your spouse and children under your name as the principal applicant, right? Then you passed, you died. What happens? It ends there. Even if your spouse checks it and it turns out that you won, but you were the principal applicant and died, they're not gonna issue your spouse or children the visa, okay? All right, let me flip over here and show you some other information. So these are the countries. I know that this information is 50,000, but actually it is 55,000 this year. So for these are the countries where if you are a native of this country, you will not be able to submit DV lottery, okay? The closest to Cameroon here is Nigeria. So if you are from Nigeria, you will not be able to play DV lottery this year, right? If your country is not here, then you can play DV lottery. It means your country is eligible. So when are we gonna start playing the DV lottery this year? Actually, we're going to start on Wednesday, October 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is in United States. And when is it going to end? It is going to end on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022 at 12 p.m. All right. Look at what it says here in bold. Submission of more than one entry for a person will disqualify all entries for that person. I think I explained this already. If it wasn't clear, you can contact me and I will explain it again. Then when are you gonna be able to check the results? Yeah, you're gonna start checking the results as from May 6, 2023. Make sure you keep that confirmation number, okay? So that you will be able to check that result. I think I already answered this question. What if I lose my confirmation? So the DV lot, US Immigration Services has introduced a way of, retrieving the confirmation number via your email address. And this email address is the one that you used when you were submitting the form. So if somebody submits the form on your behalf, make sure that when they give you the DV lottery confirmation number, they should also tell you the email that they use, right? Otherwise, always make sure you use your own email that you have control over. All right, so thank you very much. Let me switch to the other screen. Let's quickly go over some of the information that you would need to know. So right here, this is the DV Lottery 2024 instructions, right? You need to meet this to be able to play the DV Lottery. So first requirement is that you must be a native from a country that is eligible. That's the first thing that you need to check. And we have already talked about that. These are the countries. Then the second thing is that you will need at least a high school education or its equivalence, right? Or you must meet the work experience, which is this section here. And this experience is based on the United States Department of Labor. You can go to this site and check what the qualifications are. Then the next thing, when you are submitting the DV lottery, what kind of information will be required from you? So the first thing is your name. And I see, let's talk about this name issue a little bit, right? I see a lot of people who come from Cameroon to United States changing their names when they get to United States, changing the order of their names when they get to United States, because they probably misinterpreted the concept of naming, comparing Cameroon to United States, right? So you need to pay attention. What does it mean by first name? What is middle name? What is last name, right? So if your name is if you are called in Cameroon, let's say Ngala, Jones, Yengo. Okay. Ngala is the name that you obtained from your father. Jones is your Christian name. And Yengong is your name that they gave you, right? So in this case, if they say first name, according to US standard, first name will not be Ngalak, okay? Your first name will be Jones. Your last name will be Yengong, and your middle name will be Galak. If you want to be called by your first name in United States, your first name should be Jones. If you put your first name from the context of Cameroon as Ngala, when you come here, everybody will be calling you Ngala, Ngala, Ngala. But you would want to be called Jones, right? So in that case, now you need to start switching the order of names. So make sure that when you are submitting this, you pay attention. It is tricky, especially if you've not lived in United States. And you know that changing these names is time consuming and sometimes it requires money. So you don't want to go through all of that if you can avoid it. The next thing, you're going to provide your gender, your date of birth, and it has to be day, month, and year in this order. Then the city where you were born, the city where you were born. Then the country where you were born, you need to provide that, right? Then the country of eligibility. So if you live in Cameroon and Cameroon is eligible to play, you need to provide all that information. Now, the photo, all right? You need to provide a photo that meets the requirements at the time of playing. They will also need a mailing address, all right? So you need to provide that information, and this is the format, okay? Then the country where you live today, even though you are a Cameroonian, you might be living in South Sudan, in South Africa, in Nigeria, right? You need to specify the country where you live today. At the time of playing the lottery, you need to specify that. Your phone number is optional. That means if you want, you can provide your phone number. If you want, you don't provide it, right? Then you will also need an email. If you don't have an email, go and create one, okay? So this is information from the Department of State saying that they will never, the Department of State will never send you an email telling you that you have been selected for DV lottery. That is why I was saying that if somebody contacts you by email saying that you have been selected and they are demanding some money or some information from you, that will be a scammer. Let it be the person that you know and trust, all right? Don't just fall for that scam. They will not do that. Then you will need to you will need to provide your highest level of education, right, when you are submitting this. The next thing is that you will need to provide your marital status. If you say you are single, they will not ask you to provide information about your children or your spouse. If you say you are married, they might ask you, are you currently living together? Are you separated? Are you divorced? Right? Separation and divorce are two different things in American context. And remember, come with stay is not considered marriage in USA. All right, it has to be legalized. The next thing is that the number of children that you are listing, right? So these are what I was, the criteria I was thinking about. All your living and natural children or adopted children, right? Then they should be under 21 years, okay, at the time that you're submitting this. And they should not be married, right? Okay. So that is how it is going to work. These are the requirements for your photo or picture. There are so many of them, but you need to follow them so that your application is not rejected and your chances of winning is higher, right? So the color, the background, how you are sitting and looking at the picture, are all your ears showing? Are you tilting too much or looking down? The size of the picture, right? One thing that a lot of people don't know is that the computer actually checks how long the picture has been. It has to be within the last 6 months. So if you took a picture 7 months ago and you want to use it for DV lottery, you will be reducing your chances of getting selected, because when the machine looks at that picture and determines that it's more than 6 months, you will be rejected, right? A lot of people also fall into that because they think that the machine will not, the computer will not know, but the computer is smart and they will know, okay? Then the background where you're taking the picture matters. Then your full view, your facial expression matters. The kind of clothing that you wear, you know, you don't need to wear a cap or anything that will cover your hair, right? No headphones or stuff like that. It also says you should not wear glasses. So when you're going to take it, you need to remove your glasses to avoid glare and other things. But here they are saying that if you normally wear a hearing device, so hearing device is something that is called hearing aid, that it helps you to hear, right? It says that you can wear in that picture. So this photo requirement is very important. And that is why we are trying to help people to get this photo stuff right. This is the chargeability that I told you about. So what if you live in a country that is not eligible to play? So this is the chargeability that I was referring to. What this means is that, let's just say India, right? India is not eligible to play. If you were born in India and your spouse is from Turkey, for example, or from Cameroon, you can tunnel through your spouse and play, but you will need at that time to claim your spouse's country of origin. So that is called chargeability. And you can read all of that information here. Okay. Yes, this is the question. Can I still apply if I was born if I was not born in a qualifying country? Yes, you can apply. So there are two circumstances, and if you take time and read this, you will see. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to end it here for now. And if I get more questions, I would do another video. So there is also a tool. Let me just show you sample pictures of what is right and what is not right. So if you look at this picture, it says good, right? And this is the acceptable picture. Look at this one. It's bad because of the background, right? This one, look at, it has some gray stuff in the back. Look at this one, it's good. So look at this one, bad. I just want to show you an example of a good and a bad picture. Let's see the one with glasses. You cannot wear it like that. Look at this one. You cannot wear that. This is the right one. You need to remove your glasses when you're taking it. Look at positions. This guy is good. This one, you see him tilting his hair and the background too is not clear. This person is going all the way to one side. See, this person, I mean, is taking all the way from her, around her abdomen there. The picture, so these are example of, look at this one is covering the whole face, right? So you need to contact somebody who knows what they are doing, guys, especially with the picture, or you will reduce your chances of winning. So I'm showing you more example of bad pictures. So if you see an X, this red X means it's bad. And the check mark, the green check mark means it's good. If you are trying to take a picture of children, look, this is a bad picture, right? This one too is bad. Then look at this one. All these are examples of good and bad pictures. Just trying to make you see, because not everybody will have time to read this. Then how you pose during the picture. You need to look at the camera. Look at this girl looking straight into the camera, right? This person is not looking straight at the camera, is looking down a little bit. You see, this person's facial expression is not neutral. It has to be neutral like this person, all right? This person is even, his shoulders are rotated. Looks like he's looking on the other side. Same with this other person. And this one has even closed her eyes. So don't do any of these things. If you are a Muslim, I think you are hijab. Is it called hijab? That head covering, you can still use it, but it doesn't need to cover your face. No shadows in the background. So it cannot be like this. This is wrong, right? It covers part of the face. You cannot take the picture with the pacifier, the baby having the pacifier in his or her mouth. Cannot use any of these guys. Cannot wear face caps, and your hair cannot be covering like that. Then the background, look at the background. It has to be something whitish, as you can see here. This person's background is having some shadows and it's not very good. This one is qualified. It's not white. Then this one has some pictures in the background. Not good. This is a good one, right? Then look at the baby. You cannot hold a baby like that and take a picture. So if you need to take a picture of the children or child, it has to be like this. Not this. Has to be like this. Cannot be like this. So it might take you multiple attempts to do this, but you need to get it right. There can be no exaggerated facial expressions, guys. So I'm taking time here because this is one of the things, right, that you need to get it right. And when you get your picture, you can test it on this site. Is the DV Lottery photo validation site. If you upload your photo here and it says good, you are good. So having said all of this, trying to stop the video before it gets too long, what I would say is that for my dear Mbum people, someone is going to go to the village in all the schools. We will publish a plan or program very soon, they will go to Nkambe, Binka, Tabiken, Wat, all those schools around Mbum area and play the DV lottery. That means they would take the picture, come and play it for you. Then when give you the confirmation number, all this is going to be free of charge. All right. When we publish the program, you will see a name there and you will see when this person will be coming to your area. You can be there at that time and they will take the picture for you. You don't need to pay anything. This is being sponsored by us. And if you want to be a sponsor, if you feel like we are doing something good and you want to support, you can contact us and we'll give you information. But this does not mean that we are charging for DV lottery. It is free of charge, whether you become a sponsor or not, whether you help in whatever way or not. So some of the things that we might need are like cameras, maybe computer to store the pictures in and submit on time, maybe money for internet when the person is submitting in Cameroon. We might also need some software to treat the pictures so that it meets the requirements. Then transportation, lodging, eating. If you feel touched to support in whatever way, it's fine. And if you don't have money, just pray for the safety of this person who will be traveling to all these places. You know there is war over there and we don't know. We just need to pray for him. And if you are in touch with him, say thank you, because Mr. John Tangwarong has been very, very instrumental in helping with the DV lottery under Operation Tusi. And over 20 people have come here because of his vision. We respect him. We thank him for having this vision and for letting us support it in one way or the other. The plan is that a lot of Mbum people should participate in this DV lottery this year because numbers matters. And remember, if only one person out of 1,000 applicants from Mbum wins, right, it's a big win for Mbum, because when you come over here to United States, your impact will be felt across Mbum and beyond, right? So I encourage you parents to play. I know that there might be some people who don't care. They don't want to come here. They want their children to come. Yes, because maybe you have A levels, play for your children. When they win, come and leave them here and go back, right? That helps. Don't say that, oh, I'm gonna wait until my child finish maybe high school, university before they start playing. No, play. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Play now. When it opens, start getting this information right now and don't wait. If you need help, contact us. We will help you. But remember, you can only submit one entry, right? Don't play with us, then go play at another place, then go play at another place. You will reduce your chance of winning. All right, thank you very much. I hope this clarifies a lot of the doubts that you have, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Stay well.